Hey, it's Paul here from estateagency.marketing. Just a quick video to talk to you about social media and the content that you should be using for your social media. So through my business and through my collaboration partnership with EXP in the UK, I speak to literally a load of agents all the time, online, phone calls, meetings and things like that. I'm always speaking to them, and some of them, they feel like they're putting a lot of content out on a regular basis on their socials, but they're not really getting any joy from it. Like they're almost wasting their time doing it, and they're getting a little bit disheartened. And when I sort of explore agents and their social media channels and stuff like that, quite often what's happening is that they're being active, they're putting out content all the time, but it is like pictures of sold boards and some testimonials and most recent listings and things like that. And in theory, what they're really doing is they're just looking to get likes, not intentionally, but that's their strategy, to get likes and things, you know, in the back of their mind kind of thing. All right. As you know, likes don't pay the bills. So there needs to be a bit of a strategy involved with that. Now, in the description of this video, I have got that. I've got some bullet points to just explain some bits and pieces, but just to talk you through it briefly now, first thing you need to remember is the 4 W's that I've got. So it's who you are, what you do, where you do it, and why people should choose you, like how good you are at it. Okay, so by telling people consistently that you do property sales, property lettings, you can do home staging, you got expert experience when it comes to negotiations and marketing and all that kind of stuff. You might have partnerships with other businesses too, that like conveyancing and things like that. So bring that into your content too. Okay, so people really are very much aware of what you're doing, and you're doing it in and around Woking and the surrounding towns and villages or whatever area you've got. You're beating that drum about you being that local property expert, that trusted property expert in your area. Okay, and you're pumping it out, and you can be putting out things like educational tips. Okay, but market updates and things like that. But also what you want to be doing is that so a lot of that content you're going to be doing is going to be helpful brand awareness content, just showing people that you are likable, trustworthy, good at your job, and just giving them helpful advice. Okay, you do that, and then you want to follow that up with other forms of content, which is like the case study. So how many properties have you put on the market in the last couple of months? How are they doing? You know, have you put some properties on the market at the beginning of January and you've had 3 or 4 offers for a majority of these listings, and you know it's looking like there's going to be a successful sale for all of those listings that you put on the market come the end of February or mid-February or something? That is the sort of stuff that your audience want to be seeing. You know, have you managed to put on a property that was struggling with previous agencies, but straight away you've got offers on the table for it and higher than expected offers for these properties and things like that? Again, you want to be shouting about that. So you want to be mixing it up with helpful content that people are actually going to be wanting to watch and read. Okay, so stuff that your audience are interested in, advice. Okay, and then follow it up with, like, you know, the little cherry on the cake type thing with like, this is the results that I'm getting for my clients at the minute. You know, come and speak to me. Okay, and then you follow it up with call to action. So the call to actions can be get an instant valuation, download my free guide, or whatever it's going to be. Or my favorite is to create a landing page where people can go into it and they can book a one-to-one consultation where they're filling out that information, knowing that you as the estate agent are going to call them back to arrange a time to visit them at their property. Okay, there's no confusion there. Like with an instant valuation, quite often people will just do it whilst having a cup of coffee in the evening, watching Netflix. They've got actually no interest in the agent reaching out to them. But if you've been building your content correctly and you've been putting out a lot of helpful information, especially with videos, and then you're following it up with sort of case studies and testimonials and offers and your unique selling points and things like that, and then directing them to your book a property consultation page, or directing them to an instant form if you're doing meta ads within Facebook and Instagram, then they can fill it out, and then they know that they are doing that so that you can call them back. And because they've been seeing all this content before and had all these touch points, you've built that trust, you've built that authority. They kind of like you as an individual. They'll welcomely invite you into their property to discuss the market and what you can do for their home and take your advice and stuff, because they've seen all that content that you've basically shown them and rammed down their throat, basically, that you know your stuff, okay, both with property but also within the local market. And you've got all these case studies and stuff that show that you get the results that the people are after, so they're going to be very happy for you to come through their door. Okay, so I tend to use a landing page to book a property consultation, but nonetheless, this video's gone on for too long. Read the descriptions. Hopefully it helps. Any questions, come and let me know. Have a good day.